Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. So today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, Chainlink and its technology and benefit. So I know most of us know about Chainlink, and we want to talk deeper and explain about it. So we have a very big personality in the ecosystem who will be helping us to talk about this interesting topic. We have RL Bryer. Bryer, you are welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Hey, thanks for having me on today, Lee. The pleasure is mine to join you today.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure also to have you to come and talk about this on our platform and to also educate our audience. So, Bryer, before we move straight to the topic, could you just give us a brief about yourself?
Yeah, so I was studying economics and stuff in university in 2009. And I was really studying English, but I was studying economics, and I started getting interested in money on my own. And I came across Bitcoin and the white paper. I read the white paper, and I thought this was a really interesting concept. So immediately sort of got interested in Bitcoin. Didn't go completely down that rabbit hole for maybe another year, but I started getting more comfortable with the technology and the idea. So then I started getting more and more down the Austrian economics rabbit hole, and I learned how unsustainable fiat currency is and paper money, and that governments can't help themselves to debase currencies around the world. We've all seen it in our countries where politicians, use the current, use inflation and paper printing to debase the currency and steal our purchasing power and wealth. So once I really started to understand Austrian economics, and I came back to this idea of Bitcoin, and it really culminated there. I thought, this is really a decentralized money that they can't, in 2018, I started writing about it and posting about it in 2010, 2011, maybe even 2009. I don't remember, but in the last 3 years, I've written 2 books, done 400 or 500 videos, and then I've been on a lot of podcasts around the world. I'm checking Africa off the box today, though. I had a few people from Africa on my podcast, but or one I was doing for a project I was working with, a privacy coin. But this is the first time I've been. I think I've been a guest. So I've hit 5 out of the 7 continents now. 5 out of 6 of the inhabitable ones. I don't really include Antarctica, but yeah. So now I'm working on a documentary about crypto and just writing for a couple projects and stuff. And we met on social media, so yeah, I'm a figure on there at RBryer, RBRYER23 on Twitter. I post a lot on there, and you can catch up with me on there. My website, Bryer, BRYER.io. My 2 books are there in digital form, so there's a lot of content over there too, articles and stuff for free, and then the books are in the bookstore. So, and my podcast, the Various and Numerous podcast. So I stay pretty busy in crypto.
Wow, you've done amazingly well in the ecosystem. You've been able to do many podcasts, and you've been able to be talking about Bitcoin. No wonder you have not stopped. I could see at the background that you have someone holding buy Bitcoin at the picture behind you. So that's a very nice one. So moving forward in the interview, you will be hearing about Chainlink and what Chainlink is doing. And so we will want to know, what is Chainlink? People may want to ask, what is Chainlink? How can you explain Chainlink to us?
Yeah, Chainlink, it sort of flew under my radar. Being so busy working on projects and stuff, I wasn't I wasn't one of the first people in Chainlink, and then late 2019, I started researching Chainlink. I saw you see all the memes and stuff on Twitter, and it really caught my eye. So I was like, all right, I'm going to give this a look. What is this all about? So I started looking into Chainlink, and Chainlink is basically to explain it in layman's or to the novice, make it a little bit easier. It's just a decentralized Oracle system which is going to connect data externally to blockchain. So smart contracts are like on Ethereum. Smart contracts on Ethereum or blockchains like Ethereum have really just been able to do tokenization over the last 5 years or whatever. Build a token. It's really easy to do. Most people can build a token in 15 minutes or create a token. But the true value of smart contracts, where all the value and utility will come from, is being able to get data in real time, off and on contracts. Really inputs to execute these contracts. So no matter what kind of contract or what kind of service you're doing, for example, like exchanges. There's all sorts of like cross-chain exchanges and stuff now where people are pegging added Litecoin to their platform, but it's just like a peg to their currency. So Chainlink oracles are going to be used to make sure that all of the information and the supply and all that kind of stuff is trustworthy. Is without having with a base not, I wouldn't say trustless, but trust minimized without too much worry about it. So the way they're going to do that is all of these node validators. People are basically Chainlink isn't a blockchain. It's just this infrastructure of these. It works off of Ethereum's blockchain. It's an ERC20. So all of these node validators are basically using these tokens as collateral to ensure that they will be held accountable and not give wrong data. Anybody who mines or gives improper data will be penalized, and obviously that has it will be a monetary downfall to them, because if they don't play by the rules, then their coins and stuff obviously are taken away, or they're not executed. So so Chainlink's basically going to unlock data is like a $2 trillion industry or something crazy like that right now. I saw something the other day, it was like $1.7 trillion. So I think I like to compare Chainlink. This is kind of a long answer, but I like to compare Chainlink and Ethereum. Ethereum in 2017 reminds me in 2016, 2017, a lot of the potential that Chainlink has. They both have a lot major use case, and I could see Chainlink going into the top 5 and then top 3 eventually. I think it would be like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, maybe next year even. Who knows?
That's interesting. So we've been able to define how Chainlink, what it is, and probably how it works. So when we are talking about this platform Chainlink, you made mention of Ethereum. So there are smart contracts. Smart contract runs on Ethereum network. So what would briefly tell us what a smart contract is and how it works on Chainlink? I don't know if Chainlink supports smart contract.
Yeah, well, Chainlink is a decentralized Oracle system, where they like to call it middleware, where it's just connecting the data. It's not actually it's not actually like its own blockchain. It's a step towards interoperability, where you have two blockchains or a database and a blockchain, and in the middle you can look at it like it just in the middle of that is an oracle. These decentralized stuff costs money, but to verify the data. So like these decentralized exchanges are the best example, I think. They need to make sure that this data is accurate. for obvious reasons. Like I think Uniswap and all these things are perfect examples of this. I'm not sure if you've used Uniswap, but it's just a decentralized exchange on top of Ethereum. But they have to make sure that that data is accurate, and these smart contracts are a way for all sorts of stuff to be built. I think everything we do is going to eventually be on top of blockchains. All sorts of law. I think real law should be done competitively. Like I think monopolized law is a major problem in the world. I could see like competitive judiciaries and things like that, different agencies that compete, and then these sort of systems where you are able to use multiple validators to make sure the data is correct. You'll be able to handle all sorts of arbitration and all sorts of conflicts. Right now, the problem with smart contracts is that there's no way for third parties to be held accountable. Like if you and I did had a contract where we had some sort of deal, and one of us was supposed to pay the other one if they won a bet, for example, like if on a game, you could win the bet and I could just not pay you. But with this Oracle system, this is a way to verify that takes it out of our hands. So the contract will be executed irregardless of whether or not you or I want to pay each other on that bet.
Okay, are you trying to say it's a different
locked up in the contract, oracles, and these no value out? If that makes sense.
Okay, I'm trying to ask, are you trying to say it's a different form of smart contract that Chainlink supports? You are explaining the way it works. It's on smart contract. Is it a different smart contract, a higher version of smart contract, or is it a different protocol altogether?
It's just the advancement of smart contracts. It's not like it's really just unlocking what smart contracts were meant to be. So far, smart contracts were just like building tokens. Like for example, the Chainlink token is an ERC20. That's nothing special in regards that you and I could make an ERC20. You probably know that. Like it's very easy to do, but what they have done is they built the ecosystem with their company to validate all of these contracts in a decentralized fashion, which isn't an easy task. This has been something they've been working on for like 5 years or something like that. It's been something a long time. So really, I mean, this is like the next level of blockchain. Like it was like programmable money with Bitcoin. Then Ethereum came around. You could do like these very basic smart contracts where you could create tokens and you could sell the tokens or do IPOs or ICOs or whatever. But now we're really going to have like executable contracts that are just everywhere around us. I think this is if Chainlink is what I think it'll be, it's going to unlock the real potential of blockchain overall.
Okay, that is going to unlock the potential of blockchain overall. So this brings us to the last question of this interview. We've seen you've been able to define what Chainlink is and what is how it functions. Also, are there some project that Chainlink is embarking on in Africa, or a project they have been able to execute in Africa?
Yeah, I don't know if I could just point into one particular project. I know that you and I have talked about like other cryptocurrencies in Africa, Flash being one, and things like that. And I read a lot of the blog for Epic Cash, which is a privacy coin, and we were working a lot with Africa there too. But I think the overall thing I would say about Africa and Chainlink is that all of these decentralized, it's really just unlocking DeFi and all of the decentralized finance applications, or dApps, decentralized applications, that we're getting on top of Ethereum. And then I think we're going to get on top of Zilliqa and other blockchains. This is really why I got into cryptocurrency in the beginning, is because I think that it is the ultimate equalizer for you know, uh, the continent of Africa, or just the whole world, not just any one particular nation state or region. I think the whole world needs sound money. So my view is that this is going to create more economic wealth for the entire world, and prosperity. This is, Bitcoin has emerged as a store of value. So I don't really believe in storing your value in dollars. I think you should store it in metals, or in particular Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency that you have faith in. As you can see, Bitcoin has it started out at zero, and I used to have arguments with people that Bitcoin would be $1 someday. That no one believed me in the beginning. No one believed that it would be $1, and look at where we are now. So as governments continue to debase the currencies, we'll see more and more people. Like, I think I saw a statistic, or heard a statistic the other day, that like 50% of Africans have smartphones, something like that, and then like 70 or 80% of people in North America, along in technology, gets further along, and almost everybody gets a smartphone over this next decade. We're just going to have so much more opportunity to build, and I think that Chainlink is going to connect all of that data with all of these projects, and that'll be the major benefit to Africa. I wouldn't say there's one particular project. I don't focus on any of them. If you look though, there's over 250 partnerships now that Chainlink has done. So I mean, from Google to Oracle to all of these different blockchains around the world, and exchanges and node validators. There was just a node validator the other day in Germany. I mean, it's just like everybody wants a part of Chainlink. I think that people are starting to realize, and then you can see with the price run up, it was just under $2 6 months ago, and now we're at just under $10. We're doing this. What's the date today? August 5th, 2020. So it's like $9.60 today. So I mean, it's went up almost $8 in the last 6 months. So there's going to be a lot of people piling in, and I think as it becomes more obvious to everybody out there, we're going to build this decentralized financial system that's it'll make everybody more prosperous, and I think it'll make the world a more peaceful place to live.
Yeah, interesting. It's going to make the world a very more peaceful place to live. And this is what we actually are looking at, and what the future we want for a decentralized finance. Thank you very, very much, Bryer RL, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra interview.
Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to have you too. Thank you very much.